It's a lot harder to keep consistent stakes in an RPG than it seems. Before anyone asks, no, I don't mean making sure your combat is appropriately challenging, that's a whole different story. No, I'm talking about a big scary word that is pretty common in a lot of game design, but isn't really something that GMs think about very often. Failure states. Because the question really isn't, how do I make sure that my players can succeed but barely, it's, what do I do if they don't succeed? I think it's pretty common for GMs to just assume that the appropriate penalty for not succeeding in a given scene is functionally death. I think we think that because of combat-heavy systems, and we're used to things like Dungeons and Dragons, where it's more or less modelled as a linear sequence of, challenges that you have to overcome to get to the end. The problem with the only available failure state being character death is that you either then end up not allowing failure, or you end up just killing off characters all the time, which is both a slap in the face to the players who've gotten invested in them, and risks just ending the story prematurely. But ask any writer and you need some sort of failure or setback to keep a story interesting. You can engineer those on occasion, but do that too much and you risk railroading. So if you're struggling with this, one of the best bits of advice I've heard, and I'm going to pass on to you, is look to kids' cartoons and all ages entertainment. Because they can't show people getting killed off left, right and centre, so they have to think about very interesting ways to make sure that characters can fail without just ending the story right there. Boss says we can't handle the heat right now. Leave them alive. I'm no savage. Leave them. They will have their place in the new order.
The ritual demands sacrifice. Take them alive.
For all of our differences, I never wanted it to go this far. I can't bear to see you die, old friend. I leave you now as you left her. Buried alive. Buried alive. Some of the reasons might seem a bit cliche, but there's a reason tropes become cliches, because they're very helpful.